Good morning, everybody. We're going to start off with a great quote I just saw on Momentum. It's called, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." Isn't that fantastic? The best way to predict the future is to create it. Anyway, here's a reminder of if you want to be uber organized when you do a written puzzle that you see in a newspaper or wherever. If you're writing with a pencil or a pen or whatever, the first thing I would suggest is write the numbers 1 through 9 on the left, and then simply count how many numbers the puzzle begins by providing you. And then as you begin taking the puzzle, every time you complete a row, put a check mark on it after checking it and making sure all 9 numbers are there. Put a check mark to the right of the completed rows, put a check mark underneath the completed columns, and then put a little mark of some sort in the top right-hand corner of completed boxes as you complete them. So that's kind of an idea, and then this is what one that was totally checked and completed would look like. All 9 numbers are accounted for, all columns are accounted for, all rows are accounted for, and all boxes are accounted for. So it's also a great way to teach the puzzle to others. Okay, they gave us the one in the center or middle column has not been accounted for yet. Let's see, we know it can't be either one of those 2 right there. We only have 3 ones. Yes, we've got 6 remaining. We only got 3 to begin with, so I don't think we can tell whether they're in these 2 cells or they're in this 1 cell. So let's see if we can solve for that row. We know 2. Let's see, 2, 3. We don't have a 4. Could that be a 4? Yes, that's the only one where the 4 is given to us. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 6 is going to be here or here in this middle column. Cannot be here because of this 6, and cannot be in either one of these 2 because of this 6. I simply looked in the middle column of boxes and said there was a 6 on the left, there's 6 on the right, there needed to be a 6 in the middle in this top box. Let's see, 7s. No, 7s could be anywhere other than like the 4s. So 7 and 4s are going to be other than here. We already have the 8, so we don't have that. Let's see, 7, we know just the number 7 by itself has to be either here or here in this middle row of boxes. We have a 7 in the middle, we have a 7 on top, so 7 needs to be in the bottom here, one of those 2 spots. They've given us the 8. What about the 9? Okay, well, the 9 cannot be here, and the 9 cannot be here. So the 9 can't be in the top cell in the top box, and it cannot be in the bottom cell in the bottom box. But it can be in either one of these 3, can it not? Let's see, the 9 can be either here or here by virtue of this top row of boxes. 9's on the top, 9's on the bottom, needs to be here, and it can't be here because of this one. And let's see, the 9 needs to be either here, based on this right column of boxes, the 9 needs to be either here or here. So we do have that information. 9, and we've only got 1 9 thus far. So that's we exhausted trying this middle cell. We're kind of trying to force something when nothing is there. Now let's look at this top row of cells in the middle row of boxes. 98765. 4 is missing. Could be in any one of the 3 empty cells. 3, and what about 2? So 2 can either be here. No, it cannot be here because of this 2. Cannot be here, therefore this has to be a 2. Now we're down to 2 empty cells in that. One of the 2 is a 1, so therefore the 1 has to be here. So we can solve for that top row of cells. 1, 2, 3. The 4 is the missing number. Here we go. Left-handed Sudoku. Good way to wake up. Okay. Here's another row of cells. This top row of cells in the bottom row of boxes. 2 is missing, so it can either be here or here. Let's make notations. Or here. They have a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6. What about a 7? Well, 7's got to be here. Oh, 7 has to be here. We might minimally have pairs. 7. What about 8? Can 8 be? 8 can be here, and 8 can be here, and 9. So we do have pairs with regard to that top row and the bottom row of boxes. Top row cells, bottom row of boxes. Gave us an 8. So therefore the 8, well, no, that's not accurate yet. The 8 can be either here. 8 is my favorite single-digit number. So I like practicing it. Let's see. So yeah, 8 can be pretty much elsewhere. All right, let's look at this rightmost column of cells. 1, 2, 3 is missing. Can't be here, so it needs to be here or here. Can't be there. Therefore, the 3 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is missing. 6 cannot be here, so therefore it must be here. And the 7. Again, we look for volume. That's the most basic thing we look for. So this 7 knocks out the possibility of all 3 of those cells, and this 7 makes it where the 7 has to be here. Therefore, the 7 needs to be on top, but we have no 7s whatsoever, other than the knowledge that the 7 can either be here or here with regard to this right column of cells in the middle column of boxes. So he can give us that much information. Yes. Okay. So let's see. We got pairs there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to say there's 3 remaining in this box, bottom right. There's 3 remaining in the center box. Those 2 have only 3 remaining. Let's see if we can solve for those. So 9 is one of the numbers here that could go in any one of those 3 empty cells. We're not going to write that. 8, 7 can go in those 2. 6, 5, 4 can go in any one of the 3. 3, 2, and 1. So we're not helped here. What about here? We know that 9, 8 can go in either one of those 2. 7, 6, 5, 4 can go in any one of the 3. 3, what about 2? So 2 can go either here or here. So we've got no possibility of pairs between 2s and 8s. 4 can either go here, by virtue of this 4 here, can either go here or here. Still no possibility of pairs. Okay, so let's go back to our basics, which has the fewest numbers. Can we solve for them? Let's revisit 9. Okay, 9 is solve for, bottom row of boxes. Solve for, left-hand column of boxes. There's a pair of 9s in the right-hand column of boxes. This is where, in the right box, where the 9s can go in either one of those two. In the middle column of boxes, the top box, by virtue of this 9 here on the bottom, 9 on the top, 9 can go either here or here by virtue of this 9, but we don't have enough information to put with regarding the 9s in that center box. So 7s are the next number with only 3 remaining. Here we solved 7 can either be here or here with regard to this column of cells, the right column of cells within the middle column of boxes. Let's see, 7. So 7 can either be, with regard to this bottom box, 7 can either be here or here only. And with regard to the top box, it can be in any one of these 3 cells, so we're not going to mark the 7 up there. And as far as the left column of boxes, 7 is solved for. So we've put as many 7s as hints down as we can. Let's come all the way to 3. I have a feeling we're going to be able to make some hay with 3. Sure enough, right column of boxes, right box. We got a 3 here on the right. We got a 3 in the middle. 3 has to be here or here. The 3 cannot be there. Therefore, it must be here. And therefore, we've solved for 9. So now we've got ourselves a pair in the center box, because 9s can either be here or here. We don't know which yet, but now we got to solve for that center cell. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the number. And so now we have 4 with regard to the middle column, or excuse me, row of boxes. 4 on the top, 4 in the middle. 4's got to be in the bottom, cannot be here. Therefore, 4 is here. So that's a good thing. We don't have enough information. We do know that 4 has to be either here or here by virtue of this 4 coming in here. So we have the 4 there, so therefore that 4 needs to be right there. And therefore that needs to be an 8. And therefore that is a 2. And therefore this is a 2. And we only got 1, 2 left, so we got to be able to solve for it. Let's see, middle column of boxes. 2 in the middle, 2 on the left, 2 needs to be on the right. It has to be right here by virtue of this 2. Okay, so there's 3 2s left. Excuse me, there's 2 3s left. So 3's on the right, left column of boxes. 3's on the right, 3's on the left. 3 needs to be right there. Top row of boxes. 3's on the top, 3's in the middle. 3 needs to be on the bottom. We've solved for 3's. Let's go back to 9's. We've only got 2 9's left. Do we have enough information? No, we do not. 9 can either be here or here, or here or here. So all the information we have at the time. I randomly looked at sixes. This 6 here takes out all 3 of those cells in the top right box. Therefore, the 6 has to be here. Oops. The left-handed pen has a wild hair. Okay, so we have a 6 middle column of boxes, 6 on the left, 6 on the right. 6 needs to be in the middle. It no longer can be here, so it's in the top cell, in the top box. Okay, and therefore 6 can be the only place it can be here. And let's see. 6 makes it so the 6 is here. Left column of boxes. 6 on the left, 6 on the right. 6 needs to be in the middle. Cannot be there. It must be there by virtue of this 6. Okay, we've solved for 6s. Still no more information on 9s. Working from the larger numbers back up towards the 1. Let's look at the 7. 7 has 3 remaining. Do we have enough information? Do we have enough information? Let's see. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't. Aha, hold on a second. Centermost column of cells. Center column of cells within the center column of boxes. One and the same. 7 cannot be here. 7 cannot be there. Therefore, this must be a 7. Therefore, this must be a 9. Therefore, middle column of boxes. 9's on the right, 9's on the left. 9. Okay. So let's see here. We're missing a 1 here. So the 1 is here, so we know the 1 has to be there. And by virtue of this 1 and this 1, with regard to this left column of boxes, bottom left box, the 1 must be here. Okay, we got a 1 here. We got a 1 here. Aha, we've solved for our set of 1. We had 1 missing as well there. Didn't notice that until too late. We found out the answer. Okay, 9. We're missing an 8. Yeah, 8's going to come down. That's kind of fun. Okay, 8 has to be here by virtue of this next door neighbor 8. So that's going to help us with regard to here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 is the missing number. 5 is the missing number. Okay, 5 is the missing number. Let's see, 5 is the missing number. Therefore, that must be an 8. And 8 has 1 left. So does 5. Let's handle 5s first because we like saving 8s for late in the game. Let's see if 7s, if we can solve for 7s. You'd think we could, but yes. 7 cannot be here, so it must be here. And 7, therefore, must be here. We've solved for 7s. What about 4s? 4s have been a next door neighbor 4. Therefore, 4. Let's see here. 4, 4, 4. Okay. Let's handle two of the 3 3s remaining. I mean 1s. So we got 1, 1, and 1. Now we're down to only 1 because we know where the final one is. And now we're that next to last 8. And there we go. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Thank you very much for being here. Have a great Wednesday. Remember, we survive on you shopping at Amazon down below. And check out Sudoku puzzles. Check out standing desks or sitting desks or office furniture of any kind. Get yourself one of those great chairs. The The options are almost limitless on Amazon. Have a great Wednesday. Thank you.